Guys, here we are for our next chapter in the Zen Teacher, gratitude. You have to be grateful whenever you get to someplace safe and okay, even if it turns out it wasn't quite where you were headed. That's by Anna Lamont, and the text was Small Victories. Because I was a drama major and a writer, my favorite teacher of all time should probably have been an acting or English instructor, but he wasn't. Hands down, my favorite teacher of all time was my high school Spanish teacher, Mr. Morsi. He was not only intelligent and knowledgeable in his subject area, but was wise in a way that only the truly compassionate, intuitive, and caring can be. I learned as much about how to be a decent person from him as I did about how to conjugate the verb hablar. I realized a few years into my own teaching career that unless students tell the teacher what the class meant to them, the teacher may never know the impact he or she has on a student. So a few years later, when Mr. Morrissey was retiring, I wrote him a letter telling him how much his compassion and wisdom meant to me, and how grateful I was to have him as a teacher. In education, there are an infinite number of ways in our roles as both teacher and student to express a sense of gratitude, and each of those infinite ways is a gift. In truth, gratitude is one of the most powerful tools we have to stay grounded and to keep our spirits centered. And if we practice it regularly, gratitude reminds us of the blessings in our lives and keeps us from worrying about some slight in the past or some potential catastrophe in the future. When our mind is focused on what we're grateful for, it's nearly impossible to feel unhappy. Maybe you're grateful to the parent who donated supplies, the staff member who obtained for you the books you needed, or the colleague who spent her prep period listening to your sob story about the morning finger painting disaster. The key is to seize the opportunity to acknowledge and express your own sense of appreciation. The first step is to ask yourself, whom can I thank? You may find your answer during the 2-minute gratitude sessions. During a 2-minute gratitude session, a method that Leo Babatua, a best-selling author and creator of the Zen Habits blog, practices regularly. During these sessions, he sits quietly, focuses his mind, tunes out distractions, and spends 2 minutes reflecting on whom and what he's thankful for. Or you may prefer a more tangible approach to expressing gratitude. I have an app on my phone called My Diary, which I use as a gratitude journal. Whenever I think of something I'm grateful for, I add it. Sometimes I have several entries. Some days I have only one, and some days I skip it altogether. But since I've been keeping my gratitude journal, an amazing thing has happened. I've created a list of reasons to be grateful that I can review anytime I feel the dark cloud of negativity looming. When I'm writing in my gratitude journal, I like to use what I call the gratitude sentence. Here's how it works. Pick a sentence starter like I'm grateful for or I appreciate. Depending on your faith, you may opt for a more prayerful thank you God for, then fill in the blank. I am grateful for my job. I appreciate how close I live to work. I'm grateful for the custodian who vacuums my classroom every night so I don't have to. Thank you, God, for my health so I can teach. I appreciate the card that Kayla in third period made for me. I appreciate the duplication clerk who always has my work done when I need it. Thank you, God, for having the Miller boy move to Cleveland. I'm kidding with the last one, sort of, but you get the picture. We may not always have time to write pages in a journal, but the gratitude sentence takes just a moment and allows us to stop, reflect, and express appreciation for our blessings. I encourage you to use a gratitude sentence when you feel stressed, anxious, or overwhelmed because it will remind you that not everything is horrible. You can also do it when you are happy, joyous, and bursting with the need to express your appreciation. Once you get into the habit of identifying and expressing what you're grateful for, you may find that a 2-minute gratitude session and maintaining a gratitude journal aren't the best fits for your personality, and that's okay. The method you use to express your gratitude doesn't matter. What is important is finding a way that works for you. Here are some more ideas for ways that you can express gratitude. Create a gratitude jar, jot down what you are grateful for, and then drop it in the jar. Send a thank you note, letter, or email. Make a phone call. Pray. Commit a random act of kindness. In fact, commit these often and with wild abandon. Do something thoughtful like bring the secretary a box of chocolates or some flowers. Offer to take a burden off someone else's shoulders. Smile. Ask about someone's life. Let your supervisor know he's doing a good job. Of course, there are always people deserving of praise on your campus. Sometimes a simple thank you is enough to let people know you appreciate them and their efforts. Other times, you may want to show your gratitude in a more tangible and memorable way. One way I've shown my appreciation to front office staff is by paying for a modest catered lunch. It's nothing fancy, just sandwiches, chips, potato salad, and bottled water, but showing them that their hard work doesn't go unnoticed. What they do every day makes a difference in my life and makes my job easier. I want them to know I'm grateful for what they do. One final thought. Don't forget to express gratitude to yourself. You do wonderful things every day as a Zen teacher, and you should make certain you stop periodically to acknowledge them. Express self gratitude by complimenting yourself, making a list of things you're proud of, giving yourself time to do something for which you have a passion, giving yourself time to do absolutely nothing, listing your recent accomplishments, accepting compliments, taking time to really hear them, internalize kind words and make them a part of who you are. Gracefully accepting compliments is a wildly underappreciated way of showing self-gratitude. Zen teachers make it a point every day to reach out to others on the campus to express gratitude, to say thank you, and to count their blessings. Expressing appreciation can only help increase our inner peace and contentment, which in turn reverberates throughout the class and is inevitably contagious. And your Zen teacher assignment for today is to start and end each day with a gratitude sentence.